Hey everybody, I'm Jamilah, your realtor.
And I'm Eeyore, your interior designer.
Cheese and crackers. And welcome to the In Your Space podcast, where we focus on bringing you the real in real estate.
And interior design.
Of course.
Of course.
Jasmine, you are scary.
Okay. What's up?
No. You need to tell me what's up. What is going on? What is this?
So remember I mentioned a while back seasonal depression?
Okay.
It's winter already. I don't know if anybody has told you.
It's not winter.
It is.
It's fall. It's fake winter.
It makes me so sad.
But no.
I don't like it.
You can't be sad. You know why?
Why?
Because today is a very special episode.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
What is it? What's the episode?
It's my Back-a-versary. Me.
Okay, congratulations.
Yes.
What is a Back-a-versary?
This is my 1 year back into real estate anniversary. And I'm excited.
Okay.
So, this episode, I'm going to talk about the top 5 things that I learned coming back into this industry.
Okay, because there's been a lot of lessons, I'm sure.
Hell yeah.
Because, remind me, before your Back-a-versary of a year, what was that cluster of you doing real estate before? What was the year?
2006 to 2011.
Okay.
It's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
It's a big difference. So we're going to get into that later.
Okay.
But first we have to go into the what the hell were they thinking?
Okay.
And we have to. All right. So I got to get queued up. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
Is this an active listing, Jamilah? Or is this something you just found out there?
What do you mean?
No, well, because one time you showed us an actual listing in South Jersey.
Oh,
remember?
I thought you said something totally different. I thought you said actual listening. Okay,
someone wasn't listening.
No. Clearly, I was not listening. But we are ready.
Mm-hmm.
It is pulled up, and we apps. Hold on. Hey, now.
That bass. Oh, jeez.
Y'all ain't even know. Okay, listen. So we're all pulled up. We are all ready to go into the segment of what in the hell were they thinking? And this is actually a listing.
Is it?
In South Jersey.
Why do you keep doing this?
Yes. So for our listeners, our active listeners, what we have right now is we have 2 pictures because they were amazing. So what we have is a kitchen with red cabinets and
white appliances.
Yes, knock on wood. We have lumber beams on the ceiling that are also painted red.
Those are just stripes, right? No, those are beams.
No, honey, those are lumber beams. They're lumber. They're beams. And then in the second picture, we have a bathroom.
Yes.
It looks like it's a master bathroom. And it is purple painted walls.
It's periwinkle.
Okay, I give you that. Periwinkle with white and red tile.
Yeah.
And a shower curtain that is white with red and black flowers.
Yeah. Botanical.
So I think I can tell you immediately what the hell they were thinking.
Okay, go ahead.
That they just like red.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Probably. The evidence is right in front of you. That's the only. Well, okay.
That they are vampires.
There was a sale on red paint.
Okay.
Because those cabinets are definitely painted.
That we're in love with Christmas or Valentine's Day.
That they love Five Guys hamburgers.
What?
Look at the bathroom, Jamilah. Look at the bathroom tile. Do you see it? The red and white tile?
Okay.
It's absolutely giving Five Guys.
That they love candy canes.
That they didn't want anybody to buy this house.
I'm going to tell you what they were really thinking.
What?
That they weren't changing anything during the sale of this house. That's what they were thinking, because these are the pictures that are on the MLS system. That's our multi-listing system. Every realtor can see these pictures. They are plastered all over the internet now. And this is a clear sign to me that, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Either A, they're very difficult clients that will not make changes for the purpose of selling the home in the most successful time frame,
or
they just don't want to change anything,
or their realtor did not say it with their chest. I'm just saying,
Realtor
okay, because who took these pictures?
Realtor burn.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, somebody had to come in and be like,
Jasmine,
couple suggestions, guys. And I get there's a lot of things that would be necessary to get this stylish, but like step one, maybe paint the beams back to match the ceiling, take the red, tile from the top of the bathroom vanity, paint the bathroom white, like just general, things.
You know what? They might have just given up too. Because,
And it's possible.
honestly, that tile on the vanity sink, that's a lot.
It is.
That's demolishing.
For you guys to know, just so you know, it's like 2x2, like ceramic red tile. And it is. It's a
lot going on there that, it's even the floor. They're identical. So
I didn't even see the floor.
it's kind of like, why bother? It's too much work. And we're just going to accept whatever price we get and let other people make their changes.
Okay, so what was this listed at?
I really don't remember.
You don't know?
I know where it is, but I don't remember what the price was.
I have so many thoughts. As like for the staging part, just throw it all in a black bag. You know what I mean?
I don't appreciate the stuff on the top of the cabinets.
Pet peeve of mine. Do not put things at the top of your kitchen cabinets.
You can't even reach them
Well,
anymore.
no, I think those are supposed to. So do you remember there was maybe late 2000s? No, we're not in the late 2000s. What am I talking about? Yeah, like early 2010s and before. Like people would put stuff at the top of their cabinets to be like decorative. They'd put like vases and like sprays of faux plants and all kinds of stuff.
That's not even decorative. That's just storing things.
I do see cans.
It's just being
goods.
stored.
Okay.
I can't say they tried here, but the nice Jamilah giving the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is saying that they just honestly did not want to stage or change anything and figured, hey, we're going to accept less of a price because we're just not going to do this.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
You know what this makes me think of? I'm ashamed to admit it, but my very first master bathroom, like when we bought our first house back in 2009, I had a wall that was this color red in my bathroom. And that was a what the hell was I thinking moment for me. When I look back at those choices I made, I had a copper wall at one point in the living room. I'm
separate episode.
I know.
The piss poor choices you've made.
I know the learning lessons that I have made
in the past. So that is the next episode, and I want pictures.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to dig in the archives for that. But yeah,
so I would love for our listening audience, for our YouTube audience, to chime in and tell us what in the hell were they actually thinking with this. And you guys, please, if you have any tips on what they could actually do to make this better.
Fix it. Make it sellable.
Yeah.
Right? A simple thing is just paint the things that are not white back to white where possible. Maybe replace the linoleum floor in the kitchen that's peeling. All that.
Oh, and now now you're extra burning. I was trying to end on a positive note.
You are. I'm sorry. Yes. Maybe they're young. Maybe they're really young and they
Jasmine,
are just new graduates.
There's nothing
from
young
college.
about that.
And I'm just saying this is their parents' house they inherited.
At this point, I'm going to grab your hand and say, we're going to stop because you are trying. Jasmine, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be positive, guys, but I said I was Eeyore. My name is not Jasmine. It's Eeyore this episode. So,
okay. Well, we woke Eeyore up a little bit and we're all done with this. Thank you. We're going to move on.
Let's go
to our topic because I really am excited. And is it safe to switch screens? Cool. So we're going to move on to our topic, and it's my back-a-versary.
I'm happy you're really excited about that because that's a milestone.
Can you see it in my face?
Right? No, I absolutely can. It's one of those things. It's like you probably felt like when you left real estate that you were giving up on something you really wanted to do.
You're correct.
So this is like a big thing for you to be able to say, I did it for a year, after coming back.
You are correct. And there's an element, which is, again, this is a totally different episode. At first, I was part-time, and now I came back in hard, and I am full-time. And so there are differences there, and I can't wait to do that episode.
Right.
Because we have a special guest on that one. And I know Jasmine says like, what?
News to me.
But-
Wait a minute.
So I'm going to cover like the top 5 things that I've learned
Okay.
as just even a person and as a realtor.
Okay. So this apply. I can apply this to me too.
You can if you'd like,
Okay. Let's see.
but don't be bringing me down
I'm trying.
on my anniversary. I don't need
All right. Hold on.
preface.
Hold on.
I
Let's
don't need
calm
this.
down. Okay.
So number 1, don't count your money before it hatches.
This is a lesson I need to learn. I'm still learning it.
And you know, everybody's heard that saying, don't count your chicken before it hatches. Do not count your money before it hatches. And kind of in the same breath, you want to save as much money as possible.
I feel like those two should be separated.
They were, but then I meshed them together because they were very, very close. And I'll tell you why. So, all right, getting a commission check is very similar to the feeling of getting back a really good tax return. Okay.
Lotto vibes.
Listen.
Yeah, it's like
when the commission is right.
when it's commissioning. When the
When it's
commission is commissioning, you know.
Hashtag commissioning.
Mm-hmm.
When it's right, it feels so good.
Yeah, it does.
You get a high, you know, and you're like, oh, all this money, but at the end of the day, you may not even really have all that money.
Right,
All
right.
But so you know you're going to get this check.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's coming. But then what if it doesn't come?
Oof.
What if it doesn't come in the time frame that you thought it was going to come? I had enough transactions where you thought that the transaction was going to settle or close on one day.
Right. Yep.
And then it got pushed out
Something
this
happened.
long.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to count your money before it hatches.
For sure.
You can allocate it all you want, but listen, until your clients are at the closing table signing on the dotted line,
Yeah. You can't count.
you don't even have money.
You don't have it.
So don't get so excited. Just keep working. Just keep working.
So, Jamilah, okay.
Yes.
This is kind of sidetrack, but not really sidetrack. Where does faith come in, right? With this? Because I absolutely count my money before I get it because I trust that it's coming, right? When does your affirmations like, am I getting too frou-frou?
You have such a sweet soul.
Is that too frou-frou?
No.
I mean, it's grounded in reality because I fully expect it to happen. You know what I mean?
As a realtor, I feel more confident
Mm-hmm.
when I get through the inspection phase.
Okay.
Simply because in a contract, there are, sorry guys, I hate to say it, but there are multiple ways that people can get out of a home sale.
Right.
And one of them is through the inspections. After the inspections, and if you and the sellers are arguing about what you think things should be fixed, and then the sellers don't agree, and all of the above, there's a clause in there that you can literally pull out of that contract.
Right.
So when those are done, now I'm breathing a little easier.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, this is going to happen. And so, I mean, for me, that's what it is. For you, I don't know.
No. So similarly, right? It's not meeting across the table, but it is literally when my clients sign my design agreement to say this is moving forward, then I can, count on it.
But do you get a first deposit once that happens?
Yep.
See, I'm slightly jealous, slightly not jealous, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say too is like, how do you not count? Like in entrepreneur land, how do you not count your money? You literally have to plan for it. You have to plan because you got bills waiting on it.
You
right?
have to plan for it, but here is the best thing to do. One of the best things as a small business owner, doesn't matter if you're in real estate or interior design or you have a coffee shop down the street.
Okay.
You want to have a cushion of money.
Right.
No matter what. So if you have that cushion of money that can take care of, at least 2 to 3 months worth of bills, you're not thinking about that check that's coming in like so hard.
Right.
You know, you're counting money because I'm working a business. I'm doing good. But just don't just wait.
Okay.
Because there have been people that have gotten to the closing table and decided not to sign.
Yeah.
I literally
Oh my gosh, the way I would flip the table over.
What a horror story. I had someone on the phone admit to me that he has caused that kind of drama at the closing table if he wanted to get out of the sale.
Wow.
That's real extra.
That is.
So it's really scary.
And bold to admit it too. That's crazy.
But he wasn't my client.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
I'm happy about that. So I don't know that guy. All right. So number 1, don't count your money before it hatches and save money. And I just real quick to piggyback off of that, when you have enough money in the bank saved up, you're not working scared.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right.
You're just doing your thing, and that's it. So, number 2, attorney review periods suck.
Okay, I don't know nothing about this. So what's this?
Especially in a buyer's market. So. Remember,
what does that mean?
We're talking back and forth, buyer's market, seller's market. Buyers right now are having their day. They can almost do whatever they want to do. They can dictate all of the rules. And if a seller really, really, really wants to sell their home, they're going to make some mean compromises that they didn't think that they were going to make. Okay. But an attorney review period, especially in New Jersey, it is the law. It is real estate law that if you make a real estate purchase, you have 3 days for a right to recession. Right. Buyer's remorse period. In that 3 days, either party can pull out and literally not be held accountable
for any reason.
It's their right. It's like buying a TV at Target with your receipt and then taking it back and saying after 3 days, I don't want it. Or at day 2.5, I don't want it. Yeah. That's drama.
So the deals, I mean, it's not even real. It's not real until you get past that point. And then there's another point. And then there's another point.
It really is like having a baby. You know, when you have a baby, there's certain milestones.
Yeah. Oh, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you.
First, what is it? First 8 weeks, then 12 weeks, then 20 weeks, then 32 weeks, then boop, 40.
Yep.
So in a real estate transaction, it is somewhat similar. So you got to go see the house. You have to put an offer in. You have to get the offer accepted. Then you go under contract, and then here's that 3-day attorney review. Right. And then here's all this time period for this inspection or that inspection and the appraisal. And you just have to get through all of that. Yeah. So in the attorney review place, there have been buyers who have literally been putting in multiple offers and getting them accepted. And then let's say someone has 2 offers accepted. And then, you know, you got 2 sellers excited. Right. But then they're like rescinding offers from that house and then accepting it on that house and just backing out of stuff. It's really difficult for the sellers at that point. Yeah. And I mean, to me, it's a little selfish. If you weren't very, if you were not very serious about this house, like if this was your backup house. Yeah. You weren't serious about it, so now you're dragging somebody else along.
It's definitely selfish. So it is. But people manipulate the program like that.
I had this one woman. She was not my client, but she did it to my client. Okay. How did I know? Was because I got a phone call. She didn't even realize who I was, and she thought I was an attorney's office. And she starts spilling to me what happened to her. She put in way too many offers. And then a group of sellers tried to hold her accountable for it and say, you wasted my time.
And what happened?
I don't know what happened. But
cliffhanger.
I am a really nice realtor. So what I did was I gave her advice. And then I also gave her another number to an attorney. You're call that guy.
Nice. You're very nice.
So sorry it didn't work out for you. Right. Done. But I'm actually the realtor that you did that to. Yeah. So, but that must have been a moment for her.
I'm sure.
Anyway, so
that's weird.
Number 3. Don't respond to emails and texts immediately.
I love this one.
You want to wait at least an hour.
Okay, why?
There are way too many crazy things that happen in such short time spans in real estate that your emotions are everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Emotional spaghetti.
I've never heard that one before.
I just made it up.
But so when it comes to that, it's literally like for me, I am someone who prides myself on customer service.
Mm-hmm.
I also pride myself on the ability to get back to my clients ASAP.
Right.
Right? Because there's, for them, they're already sitting on pins and needles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm like,
yeah.
And then when something goes wrong and it's way so emotional.
Right.
I'm like, all right, well, don't respond right away. You can say all of the wrong things. And it's not so much negatively, but if I'm stressed out, I'm going to stress my clients out.
Yeah.
They're going to hear it in my response. I would rather, all right, let me take a deep breath. Let me think about this. I'll pick up the phone. I'll call another real estate colleague and I'll say, hey, you know, what do you think about this? And then we'll go back and forth. I'm like, you know what? That's a good approach. I can call my broker. I can get their opinion. I can do all the things. I can Google. I can come up with just a great strategy instead of saying, oh my God, this is terrible. Ah.
Right.
Instead, I'll say, you know what? All right, so this is what happened, but here's how we're going to move forward.
Right.
Here's our two options. So which one do you want to do? Or I recommend this one.
Yeah, I do this. Similarly. Like, I don't respond until I have a solution normally, because I already know my clients' like emotions are pretty high. So I'm not going to speak out of turn. If I do respond, I'll say, I'm on it. That's my typical response. I'm on it. Like, I'll look into this. And that's normally enough for them to be like, put, at ease. But I'm like, going crazy on my end so that they don't feel the crazy on their end.
So let me ask you a question. What is maybe an emergency in your world that you had to like take an hour to respond?
Hold on, let me think. Okay. There are so many going through my head right now. Okay, for example, we kept getting bad tile, essentially, right? Kept having to order new boxes of tile and things like that. So my client was getting nervous that the installation of said tile was going to go poorly and we would have not enough, essentially. And so they were like, we need to order like 2 more boxes of this. And I'm just like, no, we're good. We're fine. But that person was like, no. I just don't want to be in a situation where they're in the middle of install and all the tiles cracking and he just like freaked out. And so I was like, okay, let me look into this. And so I went back and I called up my GC and I'm like, look at what we have. This is the stock we have. This is how this is how much it's going to take for install. We already had excess anyway. And that's what I was accounting for. But, are we sure it's good? Like, even if it's just like going back to reaffirm what I already know from the people who are actually doing the labor, we're good, right? We're good. Okay, we're good. Let me just go back and, you know what I mean? So that didn't take an hour. That maybe took like 10, 15 minutes. But that stuff like that kind of piles up.
But do you think it also, even though that phone call took 15 minutes, do you think that the next, 45 minutes kind of helps with the delivery of how you're saying it to your client?
Right. Yeah. Because I have to calm down. Yeah. Exactly. I have to calm down and be comfortable and confident in what I'm saying. And they, understand that I got it. It's fine. And no one will die as a result.
Right. The fact that a few tiles are going to break.
Yeah.
Be okay.
And I mean, that's a small example. I feel like I've used a similar example before. There have been actual catastrophic, oh no, the windows won't fit, we got the wrong size.
Yeah, that's pretty catastrophic though.
Yeah, and those are harder, right? But still, I'm on it. Let me just go figure this out.
I have so many questions.
What?
And what if the window doesn't fit? Like, how long does it take to get new windows?
So there's 2 solutions here, right? We can tarp off the windows temporarily until we can get things settled, like either by getting a replacement window in the correct size or cutting the window to fit the correct window, the window that we have. Does that make sense?
That I got it. And honestly,
those are 2 options. That
right there would make me feel some type of way.
What?
Not your response, not that, just a window versus a tile.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, wow. Okay.
Or like, oh, we installed new flooring. Now the doors don't close because it's too.
Sorry. That right there.
That is a thing.
I love it.
That is a thing.
Go ahead and sand the bottom of the door. Cut at the bottom of the door.
Just gotta raise them up a little bit.
Oh. See, I do it the hard way.
You go with a sanding block, like
I'll sand that down.
whatever works. You know, sometimes that might make more sense if it's just a little bit. Then yeah,
that's also why I'm not a contractor. So this is DIY, Jamilah.
Everybody from the outside, like, why her door look like that? It's all slanted on the bottom. What's going on?
So, all right, next one, which is number 5.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
Okay. All right. You just zipping right through.
All right. Recap. Number 1, don't count your money before it hatches.
Okay.
Number 2, attorney review period sucks.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, don't respond to emails or text immediately.
Okay.
Wait an hour. Number 4.
You said 5.
Whatever. Number 4 is, now that you interrupted me, take as many transactions as your bandwidth will allow you. And so even though it might not seem to some regard, like let's say you're taking so many transactions and they don't seem like they're going to be lucrative, that's okay. So there's 2 parts to this. So to address the fact that is okay, it is okay, because if you're coming back into real estate or it's your first year doing real estate and you're like moving and shaking and popping and locking, you know, take the business.
Okay.
Take the business.
Right.
Don't turn down the business. But even in for example, even if it's like $1,000 piece of land.
Right.
Or a $10,000 piece of land, something like that, or the commission is not going to really gross over, $1,000. The point is, it brings so much value.
Right.
And it can help you in multiple facets. So one of them is education and experience. And the other one is in referrals.
Right.
So if you do a great job for this client, they're going to do nothing but praise your services and refer you to something greater down the road. So don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
The other part about the experience, being a realtor, you have to take a class. Okay, here's 75 hours of education. Then you have to take a test.
Okay.
That be all.
Right. So you don't feel like it adequately prepares you.
Yeah, this is not rocket science. Your first transaction is going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. And with that in mind, you have to get a transaction in order to become more comfortable.
Right.
And you can partner up or buddy up with a mentor.
Right. But it's different when you're doing it by yourself.
It's very different when you're doing it by yourself. But the point is, it's just like, you need so much experience. So if you have business coming your way, do your best to take that business and learn from that business and grow from that business. Now, the other side of it is what I learned with taking too many transactions. Like 1 month, I have 5 transactions. And as a solo agent, that's top notch.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I also like it. One thing that came to mind was like, oh, I'm the stuffing, I'm doing this. Everybody wants my services. Yeah. But meanwhile, I'm damn near short circuiting.
Yeah. You know what I've heard people say when you're too busy? Price is too low.
First of all, if you look at those numbers of transactions, it was my best month. It was my best month.
Okay.
But the price was not low. The price was right. Seriously, the price was right. But when you think about that, like bandwidth wise, that month for me really put it in perspective. I said too much.
Yeah.
I want to be successful, but when you are burnt out, you can't even function.
Can't do it.
So it really helped me and put it in perspective for me how many clients I actually want to take a month.
Right. Yeah.
And that might be 2 versus 5. And it might be, okay, well, if I sell so many homes or help people purchase so many homes in like a certain price range, I'm going to succeed with my monthly goal. maybe 5 is like, I can't even really, I'm not going to break it down. We're not going to play numbers. But
The hypothetical.
yes, in certain areas, people have to do so much volume of work to make what they need to survive.
Yeah.
And in other areas, all you need is one.
You just need one. Yep.
So it helped me to be a little more discerning regarding what kind of business I wanted to take.
Yeah.
And if I take other business, then that'll be fine. But here's the main goal.
Yeah. I literally I've chopped off like whole months out of my like work calendar, as in like I've literally taken a month off, because I will have that chunk of time where I'm working on like 5 different design projects at once. And then by the time I'm done all of them, I don't want to see anything else. I need a minute.
Honestly, I thought it was just me.
No, you just pile. This is the thing. When you're in a groove, you're not even really thinking about it. You just, oh, sure, I'll help you with that. Oh, sure, I'll do that. And then before you know it, you got like 8 things on your whiteboard. And you're like, oh, I'm dying. I have not slept in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, if you aren't, careful, you might lose track, and then all of a sudden you're overwhelmed. So yeah, being more discerning about what projects or what clients, what homes you are interested in taking on, that is definitely, that's key, I think.
Now I'm very proud of that month. That month was something else.
When you accomplish it, but you was tired.
I was, and I wasn't even really physically tired. I was mentally burnt out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I need a break. And I'm okay with not closing one transaction next month. I'm going to spend this time with my family.
Yeah.
Because I've been running around with everybody else but them.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
A lot from that. And now the number 5. Which I think is really important. It's really who I am. And I know this is going to sound so cliche. It's really who I am. Be authentically you.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is your clients are going to be attracted to you.
You, exactly.
But your clients are also attracted to who they think you are.
Right.
So if you're out here doing tons of promotion and advertising, and right now, we talk about it all the time, Instagram.
Yeah.
The image that you put out, the brand that you portray, that's what's going to attract people.
Right.
I would hate to see you show up to the scene looking other than your brand. I would hate to see you quoting everybody else's social media content, and you don't even really know it. You're just doing it for social media. So you really don't have that experience, or whatever the case may be. But the point is, it's like, be authentically you, whether it's in your branding, your advertising, you're going to meeting people, because you are going to attract the people that want to work with you.
Yeah.
You cannot please everybody.
No, absolutely. Every client is not your ideal client.
No.
That's for sure.
No. And I literally, I was sitting in a class this summer, and the instructor, I did not agree with this. The instructor was saying, you want to limit certain things that you put on social media because it affects your money. You just want to be super duper neutral. Listen.
Okay.
I think you can do that if you really want to do that.
Right.
If you're all about the money. Because that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
But if you are doing something that you are passionate about doing, and if you're doing it with people that you love to be around, that value the person that you are, that trust who you are, that trust your knowledge, that want to work with you.
Yeah.
They found you,
So I have a little bit of I kind of go back and forth with this sometimes, right? With particularly on social media, like how much of your own personal voice and experience you share with potential clients, because that's what I think of for that particular space. Like, I have my personal stuff, and that's like separated from my business stuff. And I deliberately, I do stay neutral on specific topics and subject matter, because not that I'm trying to chase every dollar, because that's not it. It's my fear is of like turning somebody off before they have a chance to really get to know me based on one post. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So my brand is not super hard stance on any particular thing, right? Like I have my own personal views, but as far as like my business goes, you're not going to have me coming up into your house and trying to put certain type of artwork because that's my brand.
Oh, yeah, no.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't feel the need to like have commentary or have a specific filter even. Like if I don't feel like it's useful for me to put it, I just won't put it. You know what I mean? But I don't think anybody is going to, like specifically about political things. Like I don't feel like anybody has any question about my political affiliation. I don't need to say it. Like,
right. You don't have to say it.
So that's my reluctance, I guess.
Well, no, I don't totally disagree with you. And there are some things that I do stay neutral about, but and this was the one thing that the instructor did say was she was like, if you really, really, really care about something and you want to share that, then hey, by all means, do you. And there are some certain things that I do care about that I will actually, you know, I feel inclined to say something about. Like for the most part, I mean, there are so many different things that people are trying to recognize.
Right.
And one thing that I support and I advocate for more than anything is human rights.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not going to tell. I don't agree with you. If I want to put a post and say human rights, that's what I'm going to do because I believe in it.
Yeah.
And for me, human rights is not about one color. Human right is not about one gender. It's not about this, you know, like just one group of people. It's about everybody.
Right.
Can't get me to change my mind.
Yeah.
So,
and I think you run into trouble when you get super like hot button issues. You know what I mean? Focused.
Yeah.
As opposed to like having that be a conversation that happens after we've had a chance to get to know each other. Right. Like, I just don't know that, like when, and this is kind of going down a rabbit hole, but when Roe was reversed, I was very clearly upset. Anybody who's following me on social media, I like on my business page, it was out there. Like, I'm pissed about this.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody who is in my clientele would be upset about what I said.
And there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel the need to talk about every single.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So for the things
Agreed.
that I do put out there, I stand hard on that.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. And just in general for that, again, like if you're going to be authentic, the people that are really attracted to you, that value you, they're going to come to you and work with you.
Yeah.
Just don't try to be somebody else.
Right.
And I think so far, I've been pretty successful with that.
I think so.
Being me, being whatever content I decide that I want to create or be a part of, you know, I'm just like, okay, I think this is a good idea. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not doing it because somebody else said to do it. I'm doing it because it's me.
Right.
And I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
So that was my top 5.
I definitely resonate with most of these. The only one I didn't really get was the attorney review because I don't have that. But yeah.
Well, you had it. You probably didn't realize you had it.
Oh, when it was looking.
You were working with that builder. They ain't telling you nothing.
No, I definitely had that. I definitely had that.
I will say, like, the first year back in general, it was so many trials and errors. I mean, even to the point where most recently, I think I just crawled up from under a rock.
What do you mean?
Because one of my last, 2 transactions, when you have clients, and yes, I have clients who may not be happy, but when you have clients that are not happy and always, pointing the finger at you that something is wrong, it starts making you really question.
Yeah, you doubt it. You doubt yourself.
What you're doing. And it's like, hold on. All right. So there were so many in this whole year back. There are so many trials and errors and wins and losses. But I feel so good because I'm coming into year 2 more confident.
Right. Yeah.
And saying, no, I'm not doing that. And that doesn't serve me, or that's not going to serve my client. And I can just speak so much more confidently about certain things.
Yeah.
So
you grow in being able to do it, and you get better by doing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I need more business. Business. No, just being silly.
Okay. Well, Jamilah, thank you so much for sharing your lessons because they resonate with me. And actually, even talking about these things helps kind of draw me out of my own little personal professional slump. Not really a professional slump, but a personal slump. So I'm happy to be able to resonate with those things.
So what are we talking about next episode? How do I? No. Before I do that, I don't know if anyone got anything out of this episode outside of the fact that I'm so happy.
I think it was helpful for sure.
You know, I don't even know if you want to call these tips. These are just wins.
They're lessons.
They're lessons.
Wes.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Is that gonna trend?
That is not.
Stay trying to trend. So
one day, Jamilah, we're gonna look at you and we're gonna be like, that is it. But that was not.
We're gonna unlock.
This is not that.
We are gonna unlock something great from this show.
Keep trying.
All right. So the Wessons today, it did not happen. But all right, next topic. What are we getting on?
So in a very appropriately timed topic, we're going to discuss ways to uplift your space to beat back depression and anxiety.
Let's do it.
I'm not a medical professional by any stretch, but these things can't hurt to try.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the viewers and the listeners to hear this and get in on this. So I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye. So
yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Wow, she's
do
like,
all the things. Yeah. I mean, you were done, right?
Bye.
Bye.